I haven't interacted with anyone else aside from my ex and my therapist in probably more than 6 months.
It's quite difficult to branch out.
I was experiencing lots of sort of things that you do associated with depression. I actually realised a lot of those experiences were rooted on loneliness.
É só olhar em volta e o cenário não precisa ser uma metrópole como Londres. Estamos cada vez mais conectados, com acesso ao mundo nas nossas mãos. Ao mesmo tempo, estamos criando menos vínculos na vida real. Existe hoje um distanciamento entre as pessoas inédito e perigoso. Para a autora britânica Norina Hertz, vivemos o século da solidão.
Societies have got progressively lonelier, and this century, people are the loneliest they've ever been. The way I think about loneliness is it's about being unseen, unheard, disconnected.
Uma em cada 6 pessoas no mundo sofre de solidão. Muito mais do que um sentimento que dói, é uma condição que mata. São 100 mortes por hora. Os números são da Organização Mundial da Saúde. A OMS alerta: a solidão é uma ameaça à saúde pública global, principalmente entre os jovens.
It affects people of all ages, in all regions of the world, although younger people have higher rates. But in addition to the scale, it's the severity. The fact that it has really significant impacts on physical and mental health, on longevity, but it also has huge impacts on our health systems, on education and employment.
Excuse me, I don't suppose you want a cup of tea, do you? I don't suppose you'd like a cup of tea.
Quer tomar um chá comigo? É assim que o britânico Will Shears puxa papo nas ruas com quem nunca viu antes. Ele ouve muitos nãos.
I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, no worries. I don't suppose you'd like a cup of tea, would you? No.
Mas acaba sempre encontrando gente que se anima com um convite inusitado.
Cheers to a cup of tea. What's your name?
I'm Johnny.
Johnny, I'm Will.
Nice to meet you, Will.
What's your name?
E quem aceita não se arrepende.
Yeah.
Oh, Cassie.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying yes. Like,
No, yeah.
It's just lovely to have like a 10-minute, 15-minute chat with a random, like.
I mean, I'm already planning my day when I'm walking, and obviously this isn't part of it. But when you suggested it, I'm like, well, have I got time? Like, of course I've got time. I have got time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah. So thank you for bringing me into the present.
Thanks for messaging.
Foi no início do ano que o documentarista teve a ideia de filmar e compartilhar as conversas com desconhecidos.
Should we sit over there? There's a nice bench over there.
Que muitas vezes se abrem de forma surpreendente.
Sometimes they are sort of life stories, the whole person's life story, and then sometimes they're a tiny snippet out of someone's life. And it's such a lovely tapestry of all these different people who I meet, and it's wonderful. How did you guys meet?
Online dating. The sad part of it was she had cancer. I did her shopping. When she got really bad, I was doing the cooking. She died in March of 2013.
Were you guys in love?
Oh yeah, no, we definitely were.
O projeto está nas redes sociais com um nome que traduz o calor de cada encontro. Uma xícara de vida.
The first video I posted, it sort of went incredibly viral, and I think that sort of showed a sign that actually my generation don't really go out and talk to people.
O chá quente de Will acolhe e conforta. serve como um antídoto para a falta de interações reais na nossa era de conexões digitais. No livro O Século da Solidão, Norina Hertz descreve o problema como uma condição não só pessoal e emocional, mas também econômica, social e política. Algo que vai além do isolamento de amigos ou da família e inclui sentimentos de invisibilidade em relação à comunidade, às instituições, aos empregadores e até aos governantes. Ninguém está imune.
All parts of the population are lonely, old, young, rich, poor, and yet some groups are lonelier than others. The young, it turns out, are the loneliest generation, with 1 in 5 millennials in the United States not having a single friend, with over 40% of young people in the UK saying they feel lonely always or often. I mean, these are heartbreaking figures.
As estatísticas são tão alarmantes e abrangentes que a Organização Mundial da Saúde criou em 2023 uma comissão de conexão social. A avaliação do impacto da pandemia foi outra razão por trás da decisão.
The pandemic and the restrictions that were related to the pandemic highlighted really, I think, the importance of social connection to each of us as individuals, but also to our understanding of their importance on health and social welfare. There's also this growing concern really about the impacts of digital technologies, particularly on mental health, but also on relationships.
Depois de cerca de 1 ano e meio de trabalho, a Comissão de Conexão Social lançou aqui em Genebra um relatório com a mais ampla análise já feita sobre o tema. O resultado é chocante. A solidão mata mais de 870 mil pessoas por ano. De acordo com a OMS, a solidão e o isolamento social podem ter graves impactos na saúde física, com aumento de risco de AVCs, doenças cardíacas, diabetes, demência e Alzheimer. A solidão pesa também na saúde mental. Pode provocar ansiedade e depressão. Por tudo isso, o risco de morte aumenta 14%.
What are the main findings of the Commission highlighted in the report?
That 1 in 6 people around the world experience loneliness. That rates are much higher in adolescents. So 21% of 13 to 7-year-olds report feeling lonely. That rates are much higher in low-income countries. So about twice the rate that in high-income countries.
A solidão e o isolamento social, eles têm que ser olhados com objetividade. Nós temos que ter essas bases de dados para a gente poder trabalhar na prevenção e no tratamento. Nós já consideramos em doenças cardiovasculares a solidão como um fator de risco. Ou seja, o paciente que eu detecto solidão, ele é mais grave, ele tem maior chance de complicações. Então, olhando para um sistema como o nosso, um país continental, é fundamental que nós tenhamos dados objetivos, consideremos então avaliar a incidência, questionários, estudos, registros, para que a gente possa alocar recursos da melhor maneira possível. Muitas vezes faltam medidas simples. Por exemplo, no ambiente hospitalar. Pergunta simples do enfermeiro, do médico: você se sente sozinho? Como é que você está se sentindo? O que eu posso fazer para tirar essa angústia de você? Os pacientes que hoje procuram médico, é claro que boa parte tem doenças orgânicas, mas 30% a 40% sofrem de problemas do tipo ansiedade, solidão, depressão. E a Organização Mundial de Saúde, preocupada com a repercussão disso na saúde, na vida das pessoas, chamou atenção e organizou um grupo de trabalho para tentar reconectar as pessoas, para olhar objetivamente para o que está acontecendo. Como é que eu reduzo a solidão? Como é que eu reduzo o isolamento social?
The Commission was established in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. How did the pandemic intensify this crisis?
We looked at data sort of pre and post-pandemic to be able to understand whether loneliness, for example, had increased as a result of the pandemic. And the results showed that there was a very slight increase.
O fato é que as raízes da atual crise global de solidão foram fincadas muito antes da pandemia de Covid. Elas estão ligadas a um modo de vida que alimenta o individualismo com uma perda progressiva do sentido de comunidade.
First, we just do less with others than in the past. So people are less likely to go to church, less likely to be members of trade unions, less likely to be involved in their kids' schools. Then there's urbanization. So it's not that rural communities aren't lonely. They can be very lonely, especially when people move out of them. But cities have got a particular type of loneliness, the kind of loneliness where you often walk past people very busy, don't even know your neighbours' names. And we know from research that the more individualistic a society is, the lonelier the people within it. Loneliness is something that governments should be taking very seriously.
Um exemplo positivo é a capital da Coreia do Sul, que já tinha programas voltados para o problema das mortes de idosos solitários. E agiu mais uma vez, agora de forma preventiva. Em outubro do ano passado, nasceu a iniciativa batizada de Seul Chega de Solidão. A prefeitura abriu lojas de conveniência para a mente, projetadas para oferecer apoio psicológico e diversão a pessoas socialmente isoladas. O convite à interação virou um sucesso. A meta anual era de 5.000 visitantes, mas só nos primeiros 9 meses de funcionamento foram 20.000. Esta jovem, que mora sozinha, virou frequentadora assídua.
Forming friends in your early 20s or as a young adult is really, really difficult. That structure of education holding or putting people in place in the same location, same day, it's really difficult to find friends, especially once you finish university, you go into work. There's just not a lot of opportunities to meet people same age as you, same, same likes.
Entre os mais jovens, como Blessy, que tem 26 anos, o efeito das redes sociais e seus algoritmos torna tudo ainda mais difícil.
Social media is making people believe that everyone is more popular than them and see the shame of their own isolation and exclusion broadcast.
Instead of deepening the problem, could technology be part of a solution?
Absolutely. And I think that there's lots of opportunities to look at technology as a solution. The issue is when it's excessive, when it's to the detriment of face-to-face interactions, or when technology is exposing people to harmful content, then it needs to be avoided. If we're going to use technology, use that technology in ways to connect and to reinforce and to strengthen our existing relationships. Or perhaps to participate in activities so that you can be part of a group or, or get involved in something which you might be interested in.
Foi assim que Blessy se reconectou socialmente.
So there's the arts and crafts night where we would be painting with other people, making dry clay, so like pottery and stuff. And then there's the bowling, there's the axe throwing. There have been so many activities that I've done for the first time in David's group. At this point in time now, it's like I can easily talk to people I don't know. It's like I'm even doing this interview right now where I wouldn't have done this before.
ano atrás, a jovem enfermeira mal saía de casa. A ansiedade social não permitia. Ela passava dias sem falar com ninguém, até que pediu a ajuda de uma terapeuta.
End of January, that's when she said, okay, I feel like you're ready to tackle your social anxiety. I feel like you're ready to go out there. So she recommended, setting up book clubs, joining any social groups, or even going on Facebook and looking for apps. So, and then that's where I was like, book clubs? I don't really want to be involved with other people talking about books, because it's like a lot of just really low self-esteem, because they're like, what if they think I'm dumb? What if they don't like my book recommendations? Things like that. So just a lot of low self-confidence.
A terapeuta insistiu e Blessy achou online o Great Friendship Project, o projeto da grande amizade. Um grupo que tem a intenção de construir relações genuínas, oferecendo atividades variadas, gratuitas ou baratas, como a aula de dança onde nos encontramos.
We've seen people who turn up to our first event absolutely terrified, some visibly shaking, who have just, you see them come into these social situations in absolute ease. You see sometimes people coming back this next time, but with friends. I see constantly people on, my Instagram feed who've, gone on holidays together. I've heard of stories of people moving in together, and these stories are what kind of drive me through. There's the passion that just keeps me going.
How did this project begin?
This really came about from my own experience of loneliness as a young adult. Over the COVID pandemic, I found that a lot of the friendships that I'd had over that period started to drift away. My work around that sort of time moved fully remote, and so I wasn't having the opportunity to connect with people. At the time, I thought it was, I was experiencing lots of the sort of things that you'd associate with depression. I think the more I sort of thought about it and the more I spoke to other people about what I was feeling, I actually realized a lot of those experiences were rooted on loneliness. And actually recognizing that, I started thinking, well, look, how can I build my own social circle? And so I started out just trying to build it was going to be a social walk every Sunday designed to help people connect, help me build friendships. That walk for 12 people next week turned to 20, to 30. Fast forward, 3.5 years, and we've now grown to a membership of about 50,000 across London. So it's grown up in a really big way in the last few years.
Left tap, forward, side, back, side, step, tap, step.
Todo mundo ali tinha o seu motivo particular para buscar companhia.
Initially, I wanted to get some friends, which I did gain, but being London, you gain some friends, you lose them because they move out. You know how the situation is, the housing is a mess. But something interesting happened because I guess I joined from the beginning. David was trying to kind of gain more helpers, and he approached me to help him. And I said, yeah, hell yeah. And the excitement you get from hosting, because that's what I mostly do now. I attend them, but I also host them, mostly host them. You see people interacting and finding the connections you are trying to build in the first place. I don't know, it fills my heart for me.
Actually, the events really appealed to me. Not just the drinking events, but picnic events, line dancing. It's one of those very few networks that gets you to try different things.
First time line dancing?
First time.
See a future in it?
I don't, as you can probably tell from my dancing.
Chama atenção o fato de que quase todos os participantes na aula de dança eram pessoas com menos de 40 anos, no auge da atividade profissional. Mas projetos simples como esse criado por David Graddon podem ajudar a reduzir o impacto econômico da solidão.
I think over the last 10 years we've seen the rates of loneliness amongst young adults double. We now have the highest rates in Europe for young adults. All that issue is really sort of blown up in terms of the big cities like London.
Some countries are measuring the impact of loneliness on their economies, and they're looking at it in terms of loss of work, yeah, through health impacts, performance, yeah, attributed in terms of employment, educational loss in terms of, for children who might be dropping out or underperforming within school because they're lonely and feeling excluded. So you really need to look to calculate the costs, recognising that these still don't include the individual costs, the cost that has on us as people.
O levantamento da OMS reuniu exemplos de impactos econômicos. Na Espanha, em 2021, ainda na pandemia, a solidão custou 14 bilhões de euros, incluindo gastos com saúde e perda de produtividade. Nos Estados Unidos, os gastos por conta de isolamento social chegam a 6 bilhões e 700 milhões de dólares por ano. O relatório também mostrou que dos 194 países membros da organização, só 8 têm políticas de combate à solidão. São todos de alta renda. Estados Unidos, Reino Unido, Suécia, Dinamarca, Finlândia, Alemanha, Holanda e Japão.
The report outlines a number of countries that have developed national policies and activities to respond to the increasing numbers of people who are experiencing loneliness and social isolation.
No Japão, o termo hikikomori se refere aos indivíduos, jovens ou adultos, que passam longos períodos reclusos em casa, muitas vezes em seus quartos. Um grau extremo de isolamento social que leva a dificuldades significativas na vida diária.
Japan has a minister for loneliness and a national policy. Sweden recently developed its own strategic framework, and they're looking at how to foster social connection through bringing all different stakeholders together, including private sector. Denmark has a fantastic policy which really looks at what can you do at community level. So there are a large number of really exciting examples that other countries can learn from.
No século da solidão, Norina Hertz acredita que um investimento em infraestrutura urbana, com bairros desenhados para aproximar as pessoas, também é fundamental.
So ideally, you'd be able to walk within a relatively small radius to little corner store, convenience store, a local bakery, a local butcher's, a local fruit and veg shop. Because these shops do more than give you nutrition. They also nurture your souls. Studies have shown that even just a 15-second conversation with a barista in a cafe makes a huge difference to how connected people feel. So you want to have places, anchors in your local community that you can go. Ideally you want to have public spaces, playgrounds, parks, community centres, youth clubs, old people's day centres, all of that.
E quem está em paz frequentando esses lugares sozinho, apenas na própria companhia?
You can be on your own and not be lonely at all. I love spending time on my own. So being on your own isn't the same as being lonely. Lonely is when you're craving connection, craving community, craving to be seen and heard, and those needs are not being met.
Nos últimos anos, uma nova onda de livros tenta desestigmatizar a solidão, mostrando que é possível estar só sem sofrer, abraçar a solitude, uma opção para ter tempo de ler, ouvir música, dormir, se voltar mais para dentro. A busca é pelo equilíbrio entre interações sociais e momentos dessa solidão escolhida. Um esforço coletivo para construir sociedades menos isoladas e pequenos gestos individuais de conexão e afeto podem ajudar.
I've made it a goal for myself that at least once a day I would talk to someone that I don't know. So I try to make that a daily goal of mine.
Às vezes, só é preciso aceitar uma xícara de chá.
Good things happen when you say yes.